Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Careers Hub podcast, where we bring you the most up-to-date industry insight straight from the experts themselves to help you better prepare for the new world of work. So this week we're going to be joined again by Chris. Sorry for the late follow-up. It is all my fault. I'll put my hand up. Unfortunately, your girl got a really bad case of bronchitis and she was unable to speak. And because I wasn't able to speak, I had to actually reschedule our podcast twice. So, Chris, I'm so sorry about that. But thank you for not only agreeing to reschedule twice, but also agreeing to come back so we can have another conversation and just following up from what we discussed the last time.
CK, absolutely no problem. It's such a pleasure to talk first time. And the topics you suggested are so vital now for young professionals to know. And it actually gives me also personal pleasure to share this knowledge as we try to make sure that those young minds are as much possible equipped, to all the challenges that they will face after graduation.
Perfect, that's right. So this time we're going to be doing it a little bit differently. Me and Chris decided we picked 3 topics that we felt are vital for students to just be familiar and aware of, especially when it comes to the future of work. Chris, the one thing that I'm going to say just before we delve straight in, and I mean like literally hop in, is my viewpoint of the world of work is that it's going to be completely different to what we are currently facing at the moment. The COVID-19 and the acceleration of technology and how it was modified and amended to enable us to work from home, I believe that type of progression development is just going to continue. I do feel that we're at least maybe 3 or 5 years ahead of the technology and advancement. But I'd be curious for yourself, did it change a lot? Because the last 2 years for me, I feel everything went from this whole face-to-face interaction, handshakes, eye contact, that type of affection, to making sure you're looking at the camera, eye contact that way, giving you enough time to finish your sentence before I speak after you, just so I don't come across as rude, like I'm cutting you off. But I'd just be curious, just in regards of, do you believe the world of work is going to change dramatically for the students that are on now, that are studying? And then we can kind of go into the topics that we were talking about, the 3 topics that we chose to talk about the future of work and the areas that we really need to start doing. So yeah, I'd just be curious, what's your viewpoint or your stance on it?
Well, I need to agree with you. There's so much change that happened during the COVID. So what happened is we also looked not only how our clients approach those changes, because with the changes comes new challenges. We have to say that. And that's a nice thing that we can talk about it. Because also, when I deal with the clients, we very often talk about, because I'm a sales trainer and career coach trainer.
Yeah.
So the face-to-face interaction was like a vital part of those both processes. Now, the training is most, as you said, focused on how to behave online, how, train yourself to be patient. And still, one of the vital points of whether you're applying for a job and job interview, which is also a stressful situation for many, or whether you're in a sales context, you need to actively listen to what they say. And happens that a lot of us lose this or be more distracted because it's online interaction. So let's say we need to be more aware of making sure that our surrounding is prepared for this conversation. Not only us, not only understanding who we talk to, but also we need to be sure that we won't get distracted, we won't get interrupted.
Yeah.
And yes, if we look at the face, let's say we're now talking online. So when I look into your eyes, I might not be seen as I'm looking at the camera, but when I look at the camera, I might not be seeing your face. So this is the things that we need to accept and understand, that the eyes will be moving in, and doesn't mean we're looking for another direction. We are just adjusting to this online conversation. Now, if there's a lots of things that coming with it, you saw lots of videos showing that unexpectedly a culture come in, or you participate in a meeting and you didn't turn off the camera, yes, and you're not fully dressed. So these are another different, there are funny sides or less funny sides of the conversation. So having microphone muted, when to put it back. So these are the things, and we also focus on creating the checklist. You know that airline industry, why they almost eliminate all the accidents in airlines, because every time the accidents appear, they created this checklist. And you can see even the famous movie when they were landing on the Hudson River, there were a procedure of doing a certain sequence of checklists. Of course, you adapt the situation.
Of course,
exceptional situation, but those procedures were able to eliminate lots of unnecessary consequences. And here the same, online simple conversation, but you need to be aware that your environment will be uninterrupted, and there are a few things you need to check out before you talk to others. So about this, it changed. However, because I'm a huge fan of face-to-face, and now seems like the world will be changed, and I agree with you in a way that will be more online interaction, but there are some vital parts of a business, or even if we talk about the work environment, that will be still face-to-face. Much less percentage. So for me, if I get any chance, of course, I will try to set up a face-to-face meeting. And what I will encourage people, if it's safe, of course, for them, and they feel safe to do that, to do this, because we get we're able to know the environment, and we can connect much better when we are present together with the person we're interacting with.
100%. I believe that relationships and rapport can be built based on impressions, and those impressions I feel like are only genuine when it's face to face. It's harder to truly kind of have an impression of somebody via online. I mean, if you think about, like, I know that during this conversation it hasn't happened, but let's say if my computer was to pause, or like anything, like any technical difficulties that happen like that, but they come across as rude, and it's like giving off like a bad taste in your mouth about the person. You're like, what is going on here? But anyways, look, me and you could talk about this until the sun goes down. So this is not.
Can I add just one thing here? Because you actually said about very important thing. There are more things you need to take under consideration. As you said, your PC can go down. As we spoke just before this meeting, problem with the internet. Headphones, and might be a faulty microphone, and the weird noises, interruptions. All those things can really destroy a perfect meeting and make it terrible. So it's very important we have those checklists ready to go before those meetings and interactions.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, what did you think about this video? Perhaps you really enjoy it, and consider going to our website and subscribe to see more videos like this. Feel free to join our LinkedIn group and comment below the video so we can stay in continual contact. Hopefully I will see you soon. Thank you.